It's a risky sport. I'm aware of the risks. Those risks are something that I want to minimize. I'm stepping away from full-time driving in the Cup Series. The timing for me to do this is now.
I think my reaction was, like most people, just shocked.
It was a surprise. I think it was a surprise to everybody.
I was shocked and surprised.
Surprised. I really was surprised. He's a young guy, and he's on top of his game.
I called him straight away and asked him if it was April 1st or something, if I had the calendar wrong. Kind of shocked, but then not shocked. You know, he's been at the grind for a long time. I think he did full-time Xfinity and Cup for 7 years.
We all thought that he was going to outwork us out, all of us, backflip us all. I thought he was going to go into his 50s like Mark Martin.
A lot of people were 50 years old before they retired or something like that. But most of them didn't start racing until they was 20, 25 years old. My dad didn't start till he was 35. I was 21 years old and never been in a race car.
All these drivers that are coming into the sport started when they were 5 years old, 6 years old. I didn't start driving cars until I was 15, 16 years old. By the time they're 35 years old, they're gonna have 30 years of driving experience.
Almost everyone in our sport has been racing since they were, like for me, 8.
Drivers are getting into the sport younger and younger right now. You've got Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez. They're in their early 20s right now, and they're gonna be full-time Cup competitors like I was. So I've been here since I was 19.
When I was 37, I was probably right in the middle of my prime. I never thought about retiring. I figured someday that, you know, I'd have to quit, but that never came up till maybe the last couple of years of my career.
There's no way. At 37 years old, I never even thought about getting out of the car. At 37, I was kicking butt and taking names, and I was just getting it done, so I never thought about it.
I think early retirement could be a trend among NASCAR drivers just based off the salaries that the drivers make now. You know, you can pretty much say that by the time you're 40, 42, whatever, you may have enough money in the bank to live the rest of your life on.
Everybody's got a different concept of how much money they need or how much they want.
As you start making more money, you start acquiring more things, you start building up a lifestyle, and that may be your motivation to keep racing longer.
The drivers that make, you know, really good money, you do that for 10 years, and that's, you know, all of a sudden, it's a lot more than anybody else before your time could have done it for 20 years.
Pearson, Yarborough, Baker, Allison, in our careers, there wasn't that much money. I mean, it took me 15 years to win the first $1 million, and I'd already run 2 or 3 championships.
I don't think they had that opportunity years ago. I mean, yeah, you can throw in a Ned Jarrett or somebody like that and said, you know, I want to be in my family and do something else. The sport's dangerous. But people just didn't have that opportunity to walk away from the sport like some of the successful ones today are able to.
Families are becoming younger and younger more and more.
I've seen a lot of kids and family at the racetrack, more so I feel like today than I've ever seen. I think that's also weighing into some of the decisions.
It is very draining, and it does take away from family time because they can't always travel.
The work-life balance is heavily weighed towards work, and it does make you think about what you're missing. There's that sacrifice that comes along with what we do.
He goes to the outside as Edwards goes. Oh, no! He turns him. No!
The fact of getting hurt, sometimes you may want to just kind of take a step back.
I could get hurt in doing this kind of stuff and not be able to enjoy the rest of my life.
You know, the sport seems to be much safer today, but then we see what happened with Dale Earnhardt Jr. You know, he has a head injury. Everybody stands back and goes, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? If this could happen to him, it could happen to any of us. But you can have a longer career with potentially less injuries.
NASCAR drivers tend to have longer careers than most people, and we do face burnout and different things. It's a demanding schedule for us.
I got to where it was just a job, and I wasn't having fun. Finally, I woke up one day and I said, you know what, I'm tired. Not physically, I'm mentally tired of being on the road all the time, so this is it. And I was in a position I could do that, and so I did it.
I started getting asked about retirement long before I was thinking about it. It wasn't on my radar until probably 5, 6 years ago. The criteria for me were pretty simple. How competitive was I? How healthy was I? And was I enjoying what I was doing? The sport has grown and evolved in a way where people, if they choose to, do have the ability to step away at a younger age.
40 probably could be the new 50.
It definitely is a trend I think you'll see more so than guys trying to go to 50 years old. It's just not going to happen quite like it used to.